One. And good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're receiving this information. My name is Rafael Vasquez, and this is your show, Líderes del Futuro. And today we have the privilege and opportunity to interview Ana Maria Martinez, who is the programs manager for Humanidad Therapy and Educational Services. Ana Maria, thank you for accepting the invitation to be with us today.
Hi, good afternoon, good evening, good night, good morning, good day for everybody. I'm very, very happy to come and share with all of you hope and good news for our future communities and for good outcomes overall for 2021.
Definitely. And one of the things that we know is that 2020 was very challenging for all of us with the pandemics, especially people who are listening to us or getting this information either way. Within Sonoma County or within California, we had the fires, but we also had the pandemics. For people outside of California, again, it could be the pandemic, the only item that is concerning them. But as a result of that, we are in 2021. We are still dealing with the pandemic. And I would appreciate it if you can take a little bit of time and explain to us what services are the ones that you are all offering through Humanidad Therapy and Educational Services.
So, Humanidad Therapy and Education Services during pandemic times we develop the same kind of programs we have, that is education for therapists to be. So we have intern programs for you to complete your hours. We have webinars for our community with different kind of educational topics. And then we have mental health counseling or therapy. And we have within the therapy, individual sessions, family sessions, children sessions, couple sessions. And we have our program that is our backbone that is called Convivencia, that means gathering, that means sharing with more than one person. It's like group counseling that has specific topics depending of the requester or the needs.
And you've been doing convivencias for a while, at least in Sonoma County. And I know that a lot of the Latinx community in general is very uncomfortable whenever you say, hey, let's go to therapy. Well, I'm not crazy. Why would I want to go to therapy? So on and so forth. But Convivencia provides a healthy space for these communities. Can you give us an idea of how a Convivencia happens? And then I think you have like weekly meetings after an original Convivencia.
Yes, Convivencia, especially now that we have shelter in place, is this virtual space at this point where we gather around a concern or a topic. We have convivencias, two kinds. The community convivencia, that is once, that lasts for 2 hours, where we have two facilitators that are therapists, and we have facilitators for small groups. We break in rooms after the main topic is exposed. Some of the topics that we've been putting out there in these virtual rooms and we're gathering around is like domestic violence. We have suicidal prevention and tools to help our loved ones. We've been through a lot during COVID, how we can potentialize the bad news, for example. And most of the convivencias, community convivencias that last 2 hours, they give you space to vent it out, your anxiety, your concerns, your worries, but also they provide tools for you to empower yourself and take the lead in your sanity, your mental peace of mind or your mental health. We also have group convivencias that they demand more commitment and more time. There are 8 sessions during 8 weeks. We have it once a week, and with this kind of a model, we go more in depth. So usually we start with the community convivencia, let's say for domestic violence, about domestic violence. And then whoever wants to go in depth, we develop the group convivencia, and this is community convivencias go no more than 18 people, and group convivencia is a small group, maybe no more than 12 people. And they go for 8 weeks with two therapies, and they develop the whole plan. It's group counseling. And then from there, we also facilitate uh, individuals that want to keep going with individual therapies or couple therapies or family therapies once we kind of realize that we need more help than we thought.
There are individuals who definitely, I think over time, I know that Humanidad, this idea of convivencias has been a unique idea, and you've been working on it for several years now. And I think that one of the benefits is it allows people who are uncomfortable with therapy to get introduced to the idea of therapy. And once they realize the benefits of them, through community convivencias and the convivencias, then they feel much more comfortable to actually do individual therapy. And I think that that is one of the greatest benefits of the project that you are now in charge of. And I think the community in general should be aware of this. How can people find out more about the events that you are all hosting? Because at this moment, especially since it is via Zoom, it is much easier for people to work perhaps from home or their car or their office or whatever they are, and they can participate, until the pandemic is under control. And then at that time, people will be able to again get back to meeting with people in person. But I think that also for some people, Zoom creates a little bit more anonymity, that they don't have to be in person type of situation. And so can you tell us how can people learn more about, again, how to learn about these events, these trainings, and if you can confirm for us that, again, these are free to the public?
Yeah, convivencias are accessible to anybody who is in need of gathering, of talking about what is worrying you, and we don't discriminate by race. The only thing is you need to be an adult. You need to be older than 18 years old to be present. You can go always to our website that is S as Santa Rosa R. So it's S Rosa HTES, Humanidad Therapy and Education Services. For the people who are watching right now, you can see our website portal, and there's a section that is called events. You always can go there and see what's happening in Humanidad. At this point, you see that we have an 8 weeks convivencia de grupo, group convivencia, and we're inviting also you to the community webinars through our website. You always also can contact us. At this point, our offices are closed to the public, but you can call 707-525-1515. My extension is 103. And anybody who answers the phone will be happy to inform you what's going on. You can call this number also for individual sessions or family therapy. One, just following up with your comment about convivencia, the pandemic times have changed a lot the format of our model for Humanidad. And it's very beautiful to see that people now we're going to your houses. You're allowing us to go into your living room, into your car, into your garden. It's a beautiful way to kind of break this stigma and the prejudice. You know that, oh, if you go to a therapy, you're screwed, you're bad, you're bad in your head. But sometimes it's convivencia rescue the tradition of having good friends, having someone who can be the elder of your community, can be the priest, can be the pastor. Convivencia it's a space where you learn about your humanity, and you share and you see that sometimes the grass is greener on your side. And so it's the first step to break that stigma. And sometimes we also find out that it's not about the stigma, but it's about the priorities.
Mhm.
Culturally, our priority is to provide, for your children, for your family, materialistic ways. You need to pay your rent, you need to pump gas in your car, you need to show up for work. So sometimes we don't make it to Convivencia because we don't have the means or the resources. And besides all the prejudice and the expectations and the imaginary way that we can, to break that stigma, we also have a community navigator. So we want to pave the way to go into your living room, to go into your car, to go with you into your garden. Uh, and the way that we break the stigma is that you can learn about other people living the same situation that sometimes you're in and creating community. Because then I know there's another mom that is single that cannot provide for the children, that is facing eviction, that maybe is an immigrant, that English is their second language. Most of our convivencias are in Espanol, and now we're trying to also bring them in another languages. We had Mixteco people that they say we don't speak good Spanish, and I was like, how come? But they speak better English, but they would like to have a Mixteco. So then we customize the convivencia. So I told this person, okay, do you have friends that want to partake of a convivencia? We'll customize it for you. We create a group, and that's how La Ventanita de los Líderes Campesinos came too, as a part of a space where we provide a cultural environment. Like what the glue for this kind of meetings is culture, is that kind of tradition of getting together and trusting each other and supporting each other.
Definitely. And so again, if people are interested in getting more information about the events, maybe for yourself or to share with a friend, a colleague, you can go to the website srosahtes.org, or you can just do a quick search by putting Humanidad Therapy and Education Services, and it will automatically will come up. And then if you go to the services and programs, you'll be able to get information about what is Convivencias. You'll be able to get information about the therapeutic services in general that are offered, the individual, the family, children services that they have at Convivencia. And as our guest, Ana Maria, has mentioned, again, you can also call 707-525-1515, 707-525-1515. And her extension, her direct extension, if you want to learn more about Convivencias, it is 103. And again, with that, I want to thank you for being with us, Ana Maria. I look forward to having another conversation in the near future with you about, especially in preparation to exit the pandemic. It sounds like the governor of the state of California is thinking that is going to happen mid-June, because once we have a little bit more freedom and ability to reconnect in person with each other, there's going to be some triggers. People are going to have some challenging times in getting back to the office, getting back to school, getting back to quote unquote regular life. And as a result of that, people will benefit greatly from participating in convivencias.
Just talking about that topic, I wanted to invite the community. We're going to have an Embracing Life After COVID event that is going to have a panel about, we're going to have medical representative nurses, people who have received the vaccines, people who don't believe in the vaccines. And after that, we're going to have a resource first with the resources for COVID during, after, and beyond. And then in the evening at 6 p.m., we're going to have a convivencia to address the anxiety that all this load of information to do or not to do, vaccinate, not vaccinate, go back to school, stay home. go back to the office, stay in the house, uh, claim unemployment, claim benefits. So it's going to be possibly June 12th, but I will be confirming this event. It's called Embracing Life After COVID, and it's going to be in Spanish and English.
Definitely. And again, we'll be providing more updates to you on KBBF Bilingual Radio. Please check that information out. You can go to the website one more time, or you can call 707-525-1515, 707-525-1515. And with that, I want to thank you again, Ana Maria, for taking the time
Thank
and
you.
being with us today on behalf of Humanidad Therapy and Education Services. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rafael. Thank you, everybody.